Hello and welcome to the 2020 Pride of Stevenage Awards COVID special. I'm Jay Drackford, your host, and we're doing things slightly different this year. And to start us off, we have our Mayor, Jim Brown, who's been travelling around visiting his charities around our town.
Hi, I'm Jim Brown, the Mayor of Stevenage. This year in particular, I had to think really carefully about what my three charities were going to be. Back in March, of course, the whole world changed. The needs of the town changed and we've had to meet it. One of the organisations that's helped a lot is the Stevenage Community Trust.
Since 1990, Stevenage Community Trust has been providing grants to individuals and families in need, as well as charities, community groups and voluntary organisations across Stevenage and the surrounding area. The Trust has been a lifeline for many thousands of local people by providing financial support to the most vulnerable in our community.
Historically, Stevenage Community Trust has been there to help organisations to support the people of the town with things that they need. Whether it's been helping us at the play centres to support families through food poverty in the school holidays with free breakfast for their children, or whether it's from providing heating grants for people to get them through the winter months. They've always been there when Stevenage has needed them most.
Here we are all these years on, 30 years on, in our most challenging year, 2020. COVID-19 hit, and at the very first opportunity at our Community Trust Board meeting, we realised we need to do something quickly for the local people in need. So we created the COVID-19 fund and we teamed up with the Stevenage Council, who had the same idea at the same time, and so far to date we've raised 62,000, and most importantly we've been able to disperse those monies sometimes the same day.
I'm Adele and I'm the Access and Engagement Manager at Mind and Mid Hearts, and I'd just like to say that the support that Stevenage Community Trust has given us throughout this time has been essential. We've been able to support a lot more people in the Stevenage area, helping them to give free Living Well courses online during the coronavirus to keep them well. It's so important to us that organisations like the Stevenage Community Trust recognise the work that we do to help people stay well and supported during this time.
2020 gave us a strange and challenging summer holiday. We were unable to open our play centres, so we were unable to provide the activities and the free breakfast that we would normally provide at the play centres to help families. We approached Stevenage Community Trust with an initiative for Pick Up a Picnic. This would work alongside the activities we were planning on handing out in the 12 different parks around the town. They agreed to help us fund the Pick Up a Picnic, so when families came along to pick up their activity packs to do in the park, each child had their own individual picnic with a drink, fruit and other bits and pieces for them to munch on while they were enjoying the outside.
We're Stevenage Community Food Bank. We provide people in our town with support when they've experienced sudden financial, often unexpected circumstances. This year particularly has been challenging for everybody, and the Stevenage Community Trust have really saved the day for the people of Stevenage. They've provided us with fresh fruit and vegetables. Well, of course, the most important thing at this time is to stay healthy, and that's exactly what the people needed. Quite often our clients were overwhelmed with receiving fresh goods. Not only did they provide fruit and vegetables, but they also provided a little treat for our clients, and they got to spend £10 at the supermarket on whatever they wanted. So it may be things from the chiller cabinets, or a little bit of cake, or a treat for the children. So it's made all the difference. What an amazing organisation they are.
For 30 years, the Stevenage Community Trust has helped our town, particularly this year with the pandemic since March. They've been really, really important. They need our support.
Thanks, Jim. Indeed, the Stevenage Community Trust is an amazing charity within our town. Next is a bit of music from young people from the Stevenage Music Centre, and we have Alana Wilson from Nobel School singing a song of her own with Victoria on the piano.
I was climbing a mountain with you, but being dragged away halfway through. been dragged away halfway through. Now I'm finishing the mountain with someone else, and that's my fault. It's all on me. I should have told you, you should have told me, and that's my fault. It's all on me. I should have told you, you should have told me. When we first met, I thought that was it. I thought we clicked, but I guess it wasn't it. When we first met, I thought that was it. I thought we clicked, but I guess it wasn't it. When we first met, I thought that was it. I thought we clicked, but I guess it wasn't it.
Well done, Alana. That was a lovely, delicate song. You are one to watch in the future. Please keep an ear out for her. Next, our Mayor Jim is out and about again, and this time he's visiting Stevenage Cricket Club, and he's visiting Sport Stevenage, another one of the Mayor's charity for this year. Over to you, Jim.
I'd like to talk to you about why I've chosen Sport Stevenage to be one of my causes for this year. I mean, apart from the fact that many of those clubs have given me a huge amount of pleasure over the nearly 30 years that I've been here, they're really important to help people to get fit, bring people together, and when we can, to get the community going again in Stevenage.
I'm Tina, I'm from Sport Stevenage. I'm the organisation's secretary. Sport Stevenage is a community organisation basically helping all the local sporting facilities get together and share information. Effectively the hub of communication for sport in the town. So we provide information for sports people, for sports clubs and anyone who's looking to find a club.
Richard Burling, Chairman of Stevenage Cricket Club, and I've represented cricket on Sport Stevenage and its predecessor for at least 25 years. And in that time, I've supported the club on numerous occasions with specially funding for coaches, etc. And it's always been really well appreciated and we've got a really good rapport with them.
At Sport Stevenage, we provide grant funding to support clubs to be able to do coaching. So, for example, the cricket club that we're here at has done some coaching through us.
Hi, I'm Connor Hayward, first team captain here at Stevenage Cricket Club. And on behalf of the whole club, we are extremely grateful for everybody at Sport Stevenage. The grants that we've received to help develop our coaches have gone miles. My mantra this season is to bring in the youth into the first team. 9 out of the 11 players this year have developed through our club and through our youth system. And that would have been impossible without the grants and the coaching development that we've had through Sport Stevenage.
The last course we ran before lockdown was a first aid course that the hockey club, one of the cycling clubs and the athletics club all had their coaches trained on. So yeah, we're doing quite a lot of coaching work.
One of the reasons why we need to raise funds for Sport Stevenage now, of course, is many of the voluntary sports clubs haven't been able to organise anything. No events, no income. Some of them are struggling.
You know, with the pandemic this year and the whole situation with COVID, it's been a challenge for all sports. We have seen a sort of a struggle with people not wanting to stay involved in sports due to trying to keep themselves and their families safe.
There's limited way people can practice and there's limited way people can use things. The dance group next door to us, she's got her hall marked out into 16 squares like a drafts board so that to keep the distance. Everybody's affected by this.
The next thing post-COVID that we're going to be doing will be social media training for the clubs so that hopefully they can get people back into sport after the COVID situation resolves itself.
Development over the next couple of years will not only be quite important to Stevenage, but every club in Stevenage, not just the cricket club.
Let's help them to get us back out, get the community moving again.
Thanks, Jim. Indeed, let's help Sports Stevenage get us moving again. Talking of moving, it's now time to go back to Stevenage Music Centre to see Katie Froud from the Thomas Allains Academy sing for us with Bridget on the piano. Take it away, Katie.
If you are locked out, I'll bring the key. If you are lonely, come stand by me. 'Cause the room keeps getting brighter as you shine a light, and the world keeps getting kinder with you by my side. This is one moment, one people, one lifetime, one song. This is one moment, one people, one lifetime, one song. If you feel different, we will take your hand. If you feel frightened, come and join the band. 'Cause the room keeps getting brighter as you shine a light, and the world keeps getting kinder with you by my side. This is one moment, one people, one lifetime, one song. This is one moment, one people, one lifetime, one song. Every heartbeat drums together and fills up with pride, and we're growing strong together, singing out side by side. This is one moment, one people, one lifetime, one song. This is one moment, one people, one lifetime, one song. This is one moment, one people, one lifetime, one song. So the room keeps getting brighter as you shine a light, and the world keeps getting kinder with you by my side.
Thanks, Katie. Love the dropout. One moment, one people. That was lovely. Next, we're off to see our mayor out and about visiting his charities, and this time he's off to Haven First.
One of my 3 charities this year is Haven First. The reason that I've chosen Haven First is they do really important work for the homeless all the time, but particularly recently during the lockdown they have provided so much support to our community, and they deserve our support.
Hi, we're Haven First. We have a hostel in Stevenage that accommodates 40 homeless people. We support them with their support needs, whatever made them homeless in the first place.
Hi, I'm a resident of the Haven. Probably saved my life on a couple of occasions being here.
Hello, my name's Carol. I've been at the Haven 6 or 7 months now. I came in here through unfortunate circumstances, but it's helped me come a long way.
Hi, my name's Des. I work at Haven First, and I have done as a housing support worker for 3.5 years. And it's a real joy and privilege to be working here at the Haven and dealing with people from all walks of life, and it's a fantastic experience to see people's journey from the beginning right through to hopefully success at the end.
Got a lot to be grateful for. They've helped me at times when no one else has, and given me a roof and given me the structure to move forward.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Next we have our final song of the evening. This is Poppy Westbury Barnes from Berkeley School singing and playing guitar for us.
I like the way you always used to be. I like the way you were always there for me. I like how you did what was best for us. Made me feel carefree. I used to think there had to be something more. Your simple ways just didn't seem enough. But some things in life, like happiness, you don't need art for. Simple things like hosting a bonfire lit by an open flame, sitting on the poolside using towels to claim space, being on the beach with us that are close to me, using swings made of sticks and ropes on trees, hiking on trails and stepping on golden leaves, sitting around the table with my family, where I can be me unapologetically. I like your hair, I like your eyes, I love your smile too. And when you smile, I just can't help but smile too. You have quite an effect on people, making them feel special. You make the plans, I'll try to follow them. You set me straight when I fray from the past, 'cause you know exactly what I mean. Doing things like hosting a bonfire lit by an open flame, sitting on the poolside using towels to claim space, being on the beach with those that are close to me, using swings made of sticks and ropes on trees, hiking on trails and stepping on golden leaves, sitting on the table with my family, where I can be me unapologetically. Hosting a bonfire lit by an open flame, sitting on the poolside using towels to claim space, being on the beach with those that are close to me, using swings made of sticks and ropes on trees, hiking on trails and stepping on golden leaves, sitting around the table with my family, where I can be me unapologetically. 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 Unapologetically me.
Thanks Poppy, that was brilliant, and thanks to all at Stevenage Music Centre. Now let's hear from the Stevenage's very own Mayor, Jim.
Hi, I'm Jim Brown, the Mayor of Stevenage. It's great to be part of this year's Pride of Stevenage Awards as the Mayor of Stevenage. Unfortunately, many of the events, including Stevenage Day, that bring our community together have had to be cancelled this year. Now, my role's not particularly political, but apart from trying to be fair to everyone in council meetings, it includes supporting local charities and voluntary activities, and when it's appropriate, to lighten the mood a little. We've come up with many virtual alternatives. I even did an interview with Bob the Dalek in the indoor market and could even shake his hand. Our priority must be to keep everyone safe, but I've tried to support and promote activities and businesses as they've been able to reopen. Activities that promote our health and social well-being, our economy and our environment. That's included the indoor market, play areas, outdoor gym equipment, the High Street, St Nicholas Church, a virtual Tour de France, the Summer Play Roadshow and the Bowls Club. Indeed, I've been able to welcome new business, and we were able to do some work with schools during Local Democracy Week and our 125th year with a local council. And let's not forget the schools. I've been a local school governor for 25 years. All those students who missed school for nearly 6 months, those who missed exams after working so hard, and the teachers who have had to adapt to meet the needs of our young people. I hope we will not be too restricted over the winter months. If you have one, maybe you should ring Grandma tomorrow, or another relation, or a work colleague you've not seen for real for a long time, or a friend you've not heard from. Check on your neighbour, be kind. Let's think about those who've been isolated, perhaps scared and turned in on themselves. Whatever happens, let's not forget what a vibrant, caring community looks like. It's already been a difficult 7 months, difficult times for everyone. I've been impressed by how many individuals, private sector, public sector, voluntary and community sector have leapt to support our community, especially the more vulnerable with the start of lockdown. I have huge respect for key workers and our own SBC staff who have been under tremendous pressure since March. We must not take them for granted as time goes on. It will be a real test of our resilience as we move into 2021, but the heart of our town lies in its people. This year is a very special Pride of Stevenage Awards, an opportunity to say thank you to some very special individuals and organisations who truly went out of their way to help the people of Stevenage in their own meaningful way. We've just seen some videos about my chosen charities for this year. They've played and continue to play an active role during the pandemic and the changes it's brought to all our lives. Please support them. We would have been celebrating for real on Saturday the 24th of October. One of the international events we've missed this year was the Olympics. When, many months ago, I was looking ahead to this event, I remembered that the last day of the first Tokyo Olympics was Saturday the 24th of October, but in 1964. Indeed, I recall one of my teachers bringing his silver medal into the classroom a few days later. And the music was pretty good about then, so no doubt you can guess what the theme of tonight's event might have looked like if we could all have got together. As the Mayor of Stevenage, I want to thank you for looking out for your neighbours. Be safe, stay well, and enjoy tonight's Pride of Stevenage Awards COVID special. This year, the party will have to wait, but let the awards begin.
Everyone viewing at home, I would like to introduce the leader of Stevenage Borough Council, Councillor Sharon Taylor.
Good evening everyone and welcome to our Pride of Stevenage Awards 2020. It's a COVID special this year. You may have noticed we're doing things a bit differently this year by hosting a virtual awards event. Coronavirus has dramatically changed everything this year, and I'm very proud of how the people of Stevenage have come together as a community in response to what has been a very difficult time. The pandemic has changed our lives, from the way we work, the way we socialise with family and friends, to how we think about our health and well-being. Who would have thought a virus would challenge our use of technology? And most importantly, our sense of community and our ability to support our loved ones. I'd like to take a moment to pay tribute to the approximately 500 residents who have had positive test results because of this dreadful disease, whether it was mild symptoms or severe ones. But more importantly, I want to acknowledge those who have lost their battle against it. For this, my fellow councillors and council officers are truly saddened and sorry. Their families and friends will live with this forever, and we will work with them on a lasting memorial for our town. The Pride of Stevenage Awards allow us to pay tribute once a year to a few of our local heroes, people and organisations that enhance the lives of hundreds of people all over Stevenage every day. However, this year we've changed and adapted too, just like all of you watching tonight, to make this year's awards focus on our heroes who continue to be selfless and really helped others during the COVID outbreak and for its impact locally and beyond. Stevenage is a great town and there are some fantastic things going on here. There are some pretty amazing people who are making things happen, making things better and making a real difference to Stevenage life. And tonight is all about recognising and honouring just a few of those people. There are 7 brand new COVID-themed categories for this year's Pride Awards, and an additional one called the Special Judges Award to recognise an outstanding contribution to Stevenage and its many communities this year. As always, we received many nominations, and I would like to personally thank everyone who took the time to complete a nomination form this year. As head judge, alongside my fellow judges, Matthew Ford from our sponsors PSW Building Consultancy, Chief Inspector Simon Tabert from Stevenage Police, Caroline Haskins from our fantastic Stevenage Community Trust, Jay Drakford, who is our wonderful MC for Pride of Stevenage Awards, and Alyssa Crew, our Youth Mayor. I can tell you it was a pleasure and a challenge to have the difficult task of choosing our winners. I know I speak for all the judges when I say how hard it is to choose the winners from so many worthy nominees. Every single person, organisation nominated is a winner, and with our Mayor, your contribution will be recognised. This year, we're lucky to have been supported by our sponsorship partner, PSW Building Consultancy. We're very grateful for this support to share our pride in our winners. I believe Stevenage is a great town. This evening's winners all helped to make it that way. They have all shown that they genuinely care, and their skills, talents, determination and passion are making a real difference in Stevenage during what continues to be a very uncertain time. I'm truly honoured to be presenting tonight's awards and to reveal our talented and worthy winners.
Okay, it's now time to get down to business and look at the winners of this year's awards. Councillor Sharon Taylor will announce the winners of each category, so let's find out who's up first.
So our first award this evening is the COVID Lockdown Hero for someone who selflessly helped others during this difficult and unprecedented time. This was a popular category which had several nominations. The award goes to Sophie Ellis, the manager at the Holiday Inn Stevenage. Let's meet Sophie and her team in a short film about what she's done to deserve our award.
My name's Sophie Ellis and I'm the Hotel Operations Manager here at the Holiday Inn Express in Stevenage. During the lockdown period, we housed all the local vulnerable and homeless people who had unfortunately nowhere to go during what was an unprecedented time for everyone.
Hi, my name is Mitch from the Holiday Inn Express Stevenage. During the lockdown period, we've been housing the homeless and vulnerable.
I am the assistant head housekeeper, and during lockdown I worked here along with Sophie and the rest of the team, helping look after the vulnerable people of Stevenage.
My name's Susanna, I'm the Cluster Operations Manager for Atlas Hotels, and my role is to support the hotel and the team, and especially Sophie at the hotel here. Sophie and her team worked tremendously hard until August to look after these people.
During lockdown, myself and a number of my team actually stayed on site throughout the whole of the lockdown period.
During the lockdown, I had to stay at the hotel due to not knowing whether anyone within the hotel had the coronavirus.
So one of my reasons for staying here as well was to protect my family that I had at home. Obviously, everyone during that time wanted to do something to help.
She was involved in everything that was happening and she was so dedicated, gave her absolute all to make sure this was a success.
We provided a lot of support for vulnerable people, one being a lady who was heavily pregnant at the time and who has since come back and has had a healthy baby, and she's really happy, and without a roof over her head during the unprecedented times, don't think she would have been in such a successful situation that she was now. We had a number of residents who had drug and alcohol related problems and have now gone on to become sober, get their houses back and start integrating back into their families, which is great to see.
There certainly were challenges. It wasn't an easy few months, but with the dedication, hard work and especially the leadership that Sophie showed, she was able to overcome these.
As everybody faced during lockdown, there were a number of challenges which we had to overcome, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without the support from one another, from Stevenage Borough Council and the police, you know, all working together to create a better environment and a better future for everyone. My team were the reason that we were able to get through this and able to get through it successfully with the challenges that arose throughout.
Sophie was really amazing through this whole thing. We all chipped in together, helped each other out with all our different roles.
Sophie is a leader, you know, she's a proper trooper. She'll help in any way, shape or form. She's not worried about getting her hands dirty. She's part of the team, and even though, you know, she's the operations manager, she's one of us.
Looking back now, it was a difficult situation for everyone in the UK, everywhere, but we were just grateful that we could do our bit to help the fight against COVID and house the most vulnerable people in Stevenage.
Thank you for this award. It means so much to the hotel and all of the staff.
Thank you very much for this award. Go Holiday Inn Express. Woo!
On behalf of me and my team, we are so grateful for this award. Thank you. Go Team Stevenage!
Well done, Sophie, and thanks to all your team for all of your hard work. Now let's get back to Sharon for the next award.
And next, it's the Best Company Award for the organisation that provided COVID support to the residents and our local community. I'm delighted to say this year's award goes to Stevenage Football Club and the Football Foundation. Congratulations, and here's why they are worthy award winners.
I'm Alex Tunbridge, I'm the Chief Executive of Stevenage Football Club, and back in March when our season was cancelled as a result of coronavirus, we recognised the need to step up as a club and be there to support our community.
I'm Joe Good, I'm the Chief Executive of Stevenage Football Club Foundation. The idea came from the chairman before lockdown even hit to set up a service to repurpose the staff of the football club and the foundation to provide support to the community.
Between the period of March and July, we formed a community care line and brought together supporters, volunteers, staff and players.
Which then saw us deliver a four-pronged service to local residents, sandwiches, prescriptions, food bank collections and donations, and an errand service, as well as our friendly chat service.
We were there to answer calls and provide reassurance during these troubling times. In addition, we also worked with the Lister Hospital, delivering over 100 sandwiches every day for the staff from their AMU.
So we couldn't do any football throughout the lockdown period. There were no games, there were no sessions that we could run. So we put our services and our skills elsewhere.
I'm Scott Cuthbert, Stevenage club captain, and during lockdown, along with a few other players, we got involved with delivering sandwiches to the local community.
Absolutely, so we're here to support you. I ran a chat service where I received and made phone calls to vulnerable, lonely, isolated adults in the community who just needed some additional support. And I can potentially signpost you onto other services that might be available and just offer.
I remember speaking to someone who unfortunately was suffering from cancer. I remember speaking to him and the troubles that he was going through, and just the fact that you picked up the phone to talk to them and talk to them about football just took their mind off the worries probably that they feel every day.
Sometimes I'd speak with people that hadn't actually spoken to anybody else in that week, and they would say it was the complete highlight of their week, which is really, really powerful stuff, just to know that your phone call was having that effect on people.
My area was the community errand service, which largely looked after prescription collections for the elderly and vulnerable in the town. We had a big team of volunteers, which we couldn't have done this without, to go out there and collect the prescriptions before dropping them off round at people's houses.
We would get obviously given the sandwiches and given the addresses that we'd be going to that day, and I think that for us, our time was more spent, to be honest with you, talking to people at the doors and making sure that just a friendly face really. I think that was really important.
Again, it hits home. You know, I think we're in a very fortunate position that I've got family around me. I've got loved ones around me all the time, but it's not until you get out into the community and you see, you know, the amount of vulnerable people and the amount of lonely people that just need that, whether it be a 5-minute conversation or whether it be just going to the closest letterbox to drop off their mail, and you can make such a massive impact on people's lives.
I think that the players really made a difference. And I think that, you know, when they took time and, you know, to come from their houses, I think they realised that it was really important for us as a football club to do that, because the community is everything to us.
It was an incredible experience to see the staff and the amazing volunteers that we had all come together to provide support to the town, and really just embedded that feeling that we've always had of being a community club. We're here for the town and we're here for the people of the town.
It's been a really difficult few months for everybody in the country and particularly in the town who've suffered from coronavirus, but it's been a real pleasure to be there on behalf of the club and put a smile on so many people's faces and make it just a little bit more bearable.
Thank you so much, Pride of Stevenage, for this award. We're incredibly grateful.
Thanks to everyone that voted for us for the Pride of Stevenage award. Up the borough.
Well done to Stevenage Football Club, completely deserved. I felt very privileged within lockdown to help deliver some of the sandwiches for the club to the people that needed it the most, and it's absolutely brilliant that you've won the award. Now let's see who our next winner is.
The next award tonight is the Best Team COVID Support for providing support to residents and our local community. Huge congratulations to tonight's winner, Barbara Howard from Haven First. And watch this video to see just how they provided much needed support.
We are Haven First, and this evening you will have heard how we are one of the charities chosen by the Mayor this year. What you wouldn't have heard is how amazing we coped with lockdown.
Coronavirus, that kind of tipped it all up on its head.
Like everybody else, when COVID hit us, we were like rabbits caught in the headlights. There were no rules or guidelines of what exactly we should do at the Haven, because this is people's home. So we knew we had to be here, we had to staff the property, we had to look after the residents. So we all, managers included and cleaners, we all took a 12-hour shift, worked in couples, so we were in our safe group of people.
It was hard in lockdown, but we all muddled through and helped each other.
What we did, we were very lucky. One of our clients is an expert cleaner to trade, and he recruited some other clients together, and every morning around about 6 AM they would go round and clinically clean the Haven to the best that we could, and hopefully that's what got us through the COVID.
We really saw a family dynamic evolve during COVID-19. Everyone in the hostel was taking care of each other, and everyone outside of the hostel was taking care of us as well. So it's been really wonderful to see a positive come out of such a negative.
Now I'm glad to say we're back to normal working, but it is an experience like many others that we will never forget, never.
Here at Haven First, we are so proud and happy to receive this award. Thank you.
Well done to Barbara and all of your team at Haven First. What incredible support you've given all of your residents. Thank you. So Sharon, who's up next?
Next up, it's the Best COVID Community Hero Award. So many community heroes we've seen in the last few months. This is a very special person, someone who helped local groups of people or did volunteering that really made a difference. Or perhaps it was someone who was a good neighbour or Samaritan during the lockdown. The winner, its Best Community COVID Hero, is Kiana Maloney. Let's watch a short film about this marvellous young person's kind heart and caring approach to her neighbours.
When we heard on the radio that the Stevenage Borough Council were doing an award for COVID heroes, we decided that it would be a very, very small way that we could repay Kiana for all the things that she's brought into our life through lockdown.
During lockdown, I've been helping my neighbours with trying to break their routine from the same every day and going down playing games with them and going for walks over the lakes and helping them with jobs around the garden.
Well, since the lockdown, Kiana's been like a granddaughter.
She helps, she comes in, she chats to us. She never goes past the house if I'm out here working. She always talks, always waves, asks how you're getting on, and we laugh and take the mick out of each other.
We're watching you now, Anne. Well, Anne and Ron have been really good to me as well while we've lived here, so it was nice to be able to like help them out for a change, because they're like very independent and obviously they lost that during lockdown, so it was nice to be able to give back to them and help them opposed to being the other way around.
I'm Kiana's mum. Kiana is really kind, considerate, very caring of other people's feelings. I think she helped them kind of mentally, to keep them company, occupied, and obviously they're very outgoing, so they struggle during lockdown. So I think having just an extra person in there to break the monotony of it really helped.
Kiana came up trumps because you're not able to do anything, you're not able to go anywhere. Everything is on the internet and we're not on the internet. She set me up on a Kindle because the library was closed, taught me how to use it, got me books on it. We've been growing flowers in the garden that we don't know what we're growing, and she kindly looks them all up on Google. Well, anything we want to know, she looks it all up on Google because we can't do something like that.
I think as a family we're probably very family orientated, and obviously because since we've moved from Ireland she's kind of picked up a little family along the way here with Ron and Anne, and I think that definitely motivates her to help them out because I think she loves them as much as they love her.
It's very unusual for a young lady of 17 who has also got all her studies to do, and she's also got to cope with COVID. And she's just been an absolute blessing.
Such help. It's unbelievable for a youngster. So where do you go from there, you know? You can't say anything against her because she's been really marvellous.
We're just so delighted that she's won. And I had a big hug, a virtual hug, mind you.
I'm really pleased you got this award, mate, because, as I say, you deserve it.
Congratulations, Kiana.
It's been lovely to get this award for everything I've done. Thank you very much.
Well done, Kiana. You really are a true community hero. Thank you so much.
So let's move on to our next award. It's time for the Best COVID Community Support, which honours those running services to help the people of Stevenage during the pandemic. I'm delighted to announce the winner of this category is Sue McIndoe and the Leyden House Day Centre. As I saw myself online, their creative spirit rose to lift their spirits and those of their service users against one of the worst pandemics we have ever experienced.
I'm a parent of one of the young men that come to Leyden House. Leyden House is a daycare centre for adults with severe learning disabilities.
My daughter Pamela is a client of Leyden House. Pre-lockdown, she had a very busy weekly itinerary. When lockdown came, that finished completely. So when Leyden contacted us and said there's a possibility of someone coming along and taking her out for a walk 2 or 3 times a week, we absolutely jumped at it. Emma's been an absolute lifeline. She picks Pam up, they go for a walk around Fairlands Lakes, take a bag of food for the ducks and the geese. It's become a benchmark of Pam's weekly activities.
My son also has cerebral palsy, so he's been allowed to actually come to Leyden all through the shutdown. I found for myself, without Leyden, we would have been cut adrift. They were the wind beneath our wings. We needed Leyden to support us.
During the pandemic, Leyden have been, well, what can I say, they've been amazing. They've been doing our shopping for us, phoning up 2 or 3 times a week, because at the end of the day, I'm a full-time carer for my wife and for my 28-year-old boy who uses Leyden House, and we couldn't have done without them.
Throughout the lockdown, Leyden have really helped with Daniel. He's been shielding, he was in for 5 months, not even going out the door. He was able to phone them when he wanted to, they phoned him. They turned up on the doorstep to have, obviously, social distancing chats. Turned up as the Spice Girls, dressed as them for him. Really kept him going, really kept his spirits up. They've been brilliant. Thank you, Leyden.
Thank you, Leyden.
Woo! Yay!
During lockdown in the last 6 months, Leyden have come to see Keelan either dressed as dinosaurs or just as themselves, just to brighten his day. They have been a godsend. And he just can't wait to get back now.
You know, I live on my own with Joanne and we don't have carers coming in, so there's seeing nobody else.
You can feel quite isolated, but they've come together, they've welcomed him in, it's reassured us that everything was doing what they were doing with the hand washing, the distancing, everything else. And he's come in with complete confidence all throughout the crisis.
Leyden were absolutely fantastic. You felt as if you were here, although you weren't. They did my shopping, I got prescriptions, any problems, they sorted out.
There's not many places that would do that.
Even if you had all the money in the world, it wouldn't pay for that type of support.
Just that we couldn't have got through COVID without them. They've been absolutely magnificent. You know, they've been there the whole way, and we couldn't have done it without them.
Thank you so much for this award, for doing the best job in the world, with the best team in the world. Leyden House! Yay!
I'm so pleased to hear that Sue McKindo and all of the team up at Leyden House have won this award. My dad, until he passed away last year, was working up with everyone at Leyden House, and it's such a special place. All of the work you do for the people that access Leyden House is superb. I love watching social media, seeing all the amazing videos you do, and it's absolutely superb that you've won the award. Congratulations, Sue and the team. Keep up the great work.
Our next award is Best COVID Healthcare Hero and Heroes, who made a huge difference to the lives of members of our local community who have health challenges. And I'm pleased to announce this award goes to the Stevenage District Nursing Team. Let's see their film about the fantastic work they do all the time helping local people, but what they've especially done during the COVID crisis.
I'm from Stevenage District Nursing Team. We visit patients in their own homes and carry out all the care that we possibly can to keep patients at home safely and away from hospital.
We're a multidisciplinary team. We visit patients in their own homes, especially patients who are housebound or provide services that can't be provided by the practice nurses or GPs.
We look after people in the comfort of their own homes, delivering care on an everyday basis.
I'm from Stevenage District Nursing Team, and over the last 6 months we've been supporting the community during the COVID pandemic.
We have worked really hard with patients in their own homes, care homes, to maintain the safety of people, wearing full PPE at all times.
Since COVID, it's been hectic, but we've managed to work under pressure as part of a team. Teamwork has really helped us to achieve what we needed to achieve for our patients.
It's just great that nurses are still going out and seeing patients and offering that service when a lot of other services in the NHS aren't in operation like they usually would be.
I think because the majority of our patients are elderly, for some of them they've been so isolated and the only thing that they've had is the media to watch TV and just see the doom and gloom on the news all the time.
They worried a lot, they didn't know what was to come, so we had to reassure them on a daily basis.
It's nice just to be able to give them that little bit of respite. You just have a chat about anything other than COVID is nice for them.
managing with lower levels of staff who've also been affected by the outbreak, and the team have been absolutely amazing.
During the COVID pandemic, then all of us as therapists were redeployed into other teams.
We've had lots of people come in from other areas, like we've had dental nurses come to help us out, people from all different areas of healthcare come in to help us, which has been really nice.
I myself went to work in Discharge Home to Assess, which is all about supporting patients coming out of hospital, rehabilitation, safety, making sure that they can regain all their previous ability and live independently as possible.
This job means everything to me. I love being able to make people smile. I like the fact that people are happy to see me. I love to see them get better. It's just great. I would never do anything else.
I love nursing. My whole family full of nurses. I just absolutely love nursing.
We do it because we love it and because we have an amazing team.
We do this because we care, we do this because we're nurses, and we would do it again at the drop of a hat.
We are so happy to receive this award
For the community nursing team in Stevenage,
and also especially in 2020, which is the year of the nurse.
What a great team, what fantastic work you all do. Thank you so much for looking after the people over the pandemic.
And our next category is the best COVID adaptable business. The category looked at organisations that redeployed staff, made donations, changed services and products during the pandemic and or the lockdown period. And so many of our businesses went out of their way to support our community during this time. The winner is Ollie Khan, owner and manager of Surma Takeaway. Well done to you. Let's have a look at what Ollie and his team did to win this award.
My name is Ollie Khan and I've been in Surma for the last 25 years. And during COVID-19, I have committed to serve 5,000 complimentary meals to the NHS and frontline staff. And I have started from Stevenage Lister Hospital, where I have served almost 1,600 meals.
So I'm from Lister Hospital. Ollie from Surma has been absolutely amazing during the period of COVID. A lot of our staff have been under a lot of immense pressure, a lot away from families, but Surma have been absolutely fantastic, delivering meals to all our staff across the trust, from critical care teams to emergency department teams, admin staff. It's been absolutely fantastic. It's not only just been our trust which have been supported, a lot of the other neighbouring trusts such as the Royal Free, Great Ormond Street Hospital, the new QE2 Hospital in Welland have all been supported.
I have also served food to the local surgeries, care homes, schools, police stations, the fire service, the bin workers, all these people, the bus drivers, the air ambulance. So these are the places I have served the food.
This year, obviously due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it's been very, very tough on people from all communities, all walks of life. There are many members of staff, so there's a doctor that I know personally who had to stay away from his family for months, and he spent the whole month of Ramadan actually not being able to see his family, and it was a really difficult time for him. Fortunately, Ollie at Surma provided meals for us at this hospital.
I couldn't thank Ollie and the team for their amazing support to our staff who are fasting, and of about 1,600 meals during the last 6 months, which have been extraordinary. So on behalf of Lister Hospital, I'd like to thank Ollie and the team at Surma for their amazing support and gratitude towards our staff.
All I have done is from my own pockets. I haven't taken any donation from anyone's. We have a social corporate responsibility, so do our bits. And this is what I'm trying to do, my bits from my side. I'm really grateful that Stevenage has given me so much, and now I'm trying to give back from my part. And during pandemic, it has actually brought the culture, the society, the peoples together. And that's really made me proud and made me feel like I'm serving the community that I belong. Thank you so much, Pride of Stevenage, for recognizing me. I really feel honored and privileged to receive such an honor from my own town, and I'm feeling really honored to serve the people of Stevenage. Thank you.
Thanks, Ollie. Your curries are legendary in Stevenage. Here's Sharon with our last award.
And now it's time for the Judges' Special Award, our final award of the evening. This award is to honour long and exceptional service, work and dedication during what can only be described as an extraordinarily tough and demanding 2020. I'm delighted to present it this year to the Lister Hospital, a wonderful organisation who witnessed so much and worked so hard to support people and their families who were experiencing coronavirus and other health issues. They carried on with their work with grace and selflessness. Congratulations to the Chief Executive Nick Carver, and in particular to all of his frontline staff. Take a look at this remarkable video showcasing their work.
Lister Hospital's role during the pandemic was to ensure patient safety, ensure staff safety, and make sure that we dealt with the pandemic head on.
Yeah, Lister Hospital was sort of the epicentre of what was going on really with COVID, with trying to help out in the community with the community testing, from taking people in on regular wards, and then critical care where sort of the sickest patients of COVID came.
I think the impact on the emergency services was enormous. They had so much more work than usual, and it was particularly stressful, and they had to wear all their protective equipment, and they were absolute heroes. They were really very much on the front line.
At first, there's a coronavirus patient in the hospital, everyone was a bit unsure, and then before you knew it, there was so many more, and you had to make sure that you stayed positive, supported each other.
We were trying to help our patients and do what we do, at the same time trying to digest our personal feelings of dealing with the pandemic as well.
Most patients we were moving that were COVID patients, we moved with 2 porters, clearing corridors as we went. Yeah, so it was very, very busy, and obviously we had a loss of staff that were self-isolating as well due to the pandemic.
We're also trying to maintain service to all the other patients as well, just to make sure that if someone had something COVID unrelated as well, we were there to help.
So of course the impact was huge on all of our staff in the hospitals, not just doctors, not just nurses, but our catering staff, our housekeeping staff, our portering staff, and it was really scary for everybody. We all had to adjust to wearing all this protective equipment, and we all just had to get on with it, however scary it was.
I had to take myself out of my comfort zone and really deal with it head on and say to myself, this is a pandemic, everyone's going through the same thing, I need to do my bit to support the hospital.
Working in PPE every single day was really difficult, but I felt like I had the equipment there to keep me safe. I never felt that I was actually endangering myself trying to help my patients. And there was always support and always people working side by side with me to make sure that get me through every single day.
I worked in the intensive care unit throughout the pandemic. I've worked there for a number of years, and since March it's been very challenging and exhausting environment, as we have dealt with some of the poorest patients we've seen and tried to help them get better, and sadly some of them didn't get better, which was very hard for us, not just as a team, but also we've had to care for patients and be their families, as their families couldn't be with them, and it was hard.
Our role as a trust was to really make sure that our patients were kept safe, and along with that to make sure that all the family members were kept safe as well. And unfortunately that meant that we had to have very restricted visiting in that time.
Not having families there, not being able to see the loved ones with our patients, not being able to discuss their situations with them was the hardest bit. And I think as a hospital we were able to introduce letters to families, we were able to go around wards, we had a whole team of staff that were going around and trying to deliver the messages from home to the patients in hospital. And I think seeing patients wake up in critical care and seeing that they're surrounded by letters from home and pictures from home and surrounded by the family, even though they couldn't actually physically be there, it made a huge difference.
particularly see some people that were very ill coming through ED, and then at the end of that journey released from critical care. From a porter's point of view, it was very satisfying. It gave you a sense of belief that everything, you know, people do survive COVID.
We were making people better, and we were learning as well as we went along. We managed to discharge a lot of patients that got better, that we were able to help, and we were able to get them back to their homes, their families. We got a lovely response from the community. People were baking for us, they were cooking for us. We had free meals come in, we've had flowers, all kinds of snacks, all kinds of free vouchers as well, just so that we could go and pick up our shopping at the end of a busy day.
I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone from Stevenage and our local community for donating to our Here For Each Other appeal, which has helped to raise £400,000 to put back into our NHS Trust.
So the last 6 months have been amongst the most challenging that any of us have experienced, but we've got through it because of the resilience of our people, the fantastic support from partner organisations, and because of a humbling level of encouragement from the public. So thank you very, very much.
My lasting memories will be the incredible compassion and care from absolutely everybody that I came across.
I can happily say that had a really big impact and that I'm proud to work for the NHS. Thank you Pride of Stevenage for recognising us, and thank you so much for this award.
Thank you Pride of Stevenage.
Thank you so much for recognising us.
It's humbling to see how Lister Hospital have been coping in this difficult time, so thank you to everybody at Lister.
So we've reached the end of the Pride of Stevenage Awards 2020. But before I go, I'd like to first of all thank our sponsors, PSW Building Consultancy. A big thank you to Craig Marrett of Rewind, who made tonight's programme so we could host the Pride of Stevenage Awards virtually. Thank you for making all of tonight's winners' films so we could share them with the people of Stevenage. I would also like to thank the team of officers who helped to make tonight's awards possible. And of course, a very special thank you to Jay Drakford for his constant support of Pride of Stevenage and his commitment to so many aspects of Stevenage community life. Congratulations again to all our winners. Thank you all for joining us this evening. It's been wonderful to celebrate the fantastic people in Stevenage. Thank you for watching, and please continue to stay safe and well. Please follow the guidelines as winter approaches, and our local team and I continue to watch the Stevenage COVID figures. We will continue to help residents as much as possible with our Stevenage Helps initiative for vulnerable people, to our Stevenage Against Domestic Abuse service, and providing support and information to help our local businesses. The Council will always support the people of Stevenage and live up to our motto, the heart of a town lies in its people. Enjoy the rest of your evening and stay safe, Stevenage.